everybody, welcome back. I'm here, I'm alive. I was in the ER I wasn't in the ER for a week, but I was in the ER and I took a week off. So I'm back here doing my thing again, and thank you for joining me. Paul's joining me today. We're at Canobie Lake Park. It's Labor Day weekend, and that's the theme of this video, is just what it's like here on the final summer weekend while the water park's still open before we go into the fall season. So let's go have some fun. We are opening today by enjoying the carousel, the antique carousel that just opened about a week or two ago and has not been open for a very long time. So we're gonna go enjoy this because I think it's the one ride we haven't done this year. All right, what seat are we picking? Paul's walking around the whole carousel just to make sure that he procures the best seat, I think. I guess this is it.
There we go.
Oh, my ride is here, everybody. We're on. Hey, he said you could go higher though.
Oh, you go really low.
Oh, yeah. My horse kind of grinds a little bit when it hits the bottom. It's pretty terrifying because I keep on hitting the ground. That! Nobody else's horse is doing this right now. It's just me. I'm not putting the seatbelt on in case I have to jump off this horse. Oh, God. So as you all could tell, the refurbishment seems to be going real well. That was an experience. I don't know how I felt about that. I mean, obviously it's not super dangerous because it's a carousel, what's gonna happen, but every single time it happened, he's just looking at me like I'm gonna rocket off the thing.
I thought something fell off the ride.
Yeah, who was that person that fell off the carousel? That would be Ryan Pagella. So give us a subscribe for surviving the carousel. Thanks, guys. The lines today so far have not been terrible. I think it's going to change when the water park lets out, because this is the last weekend people can get their water park time on. Where's Paul? Where'd you go?
I started on my water bottle.
Oh, he got a little distracted. And so I saw the Untamed ride was only in the first line queue, and I know they run 2 cars, so I don't think this is gonna take long, and I figure we jump in it now, as you can see. And if you ever see it this low, just go for it, because when it's longer, it's not worth it anymore. Paul pointed this out, but you can tell that this is a slick ride. You can see the grease coming right off the coaster onto the metal. Pretty slick, baby. It looks like our ride has arrived. It was nice to get on Untamed because I have not been able to go on this ride the past 3 times I've been here because the line has been so long. And I did not scream on this ride because I've been told I'm not allowed to do my blood-curdling scream anymore that I tend to do on these rides, because when I have my throat thing, they were like, yeah, stop doing that. The doctors were like, why are you screaming like that? You're not supposed to do that. And they're like, do you do anything about it? Like drink tea? I'm like, no. They're like, are you for real right now? Anyway, let's go see if we can see the haunted houses a little bit better. As you can see right here, they are in the middle of constructing it right now. There's actually somebody right there putting on a panel, it looks like, which is awesome. And we were just looking at the fact that they actually put on the paneling over here and got it up real fast. And you can see that this is gonna be the inside of one of the houses at some point, because there's a bookcase there, so it looks like they're gonna build around that still. But it's really cool to see it in its building phase. Oh yeah, okay, so the last time we were here, we couldn't really see the helicopter, but you can see it now. That looks pretty awesome. This is probably gonna be some sort of apocalypse zombie themed haunted house, if I had to take a guess. I'm really pumped for the Halloween season this year, and I don't know if I've mentioned it pretty exclusively on here, but I have mentioned it a little bit where I used to work in haunts. And by work in haunts, I used to build them, I used to do talent management, I used to do makeup management, and I did all of that, and I acted in them. So it's really cool to see that stuff, because I haven't been doing it the past few years, and this is filling that void in my soul. We're coming up to where the clown house is. They've started putting up the facade up front. They're building something here. We don't know what it's gonna look like yet, but it's there. We're a month away from spooky time. Castaway Island is still looking pretty busy, so this is gonna pour out at 5 o'clock and be absolutely crazy. So let's get out of here before that happens. Yeah. Paul brings up a good point that there's only 3 days left of the water park, so everybody's got to get that time in. I really wonder what the ratio is of people who come here when the water park's not open. Like, do those people, like those same people, do they come back for the rides when it's closed?
It goes down a lot, I think.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe too. I kind of feel like a lot of people here come here specifically for the water park. But we'll find out in a few days, right? So we'll report back. I have forced us to take a break because I'm getting hungry. So we're in the Dancing Bear Canteen or whatever it's called. And we're just commenting about how the theming in here is so good. Like, it just has this old Western theme. But you know what, Canobie Lake has always been really good about their theming, and it's what I like it over some of the other theme parks in this area.
They still have one remnant from when they had Coca-Cola too. That sign right there.
Oh yeah, dude, look at that. Coca-Cola, $1. So after a lengthy amount of time, because it's been, well, there goes my receipt, at least 20 minutes of waiting, probably longer, like maybe 30. Yeah, I have my chicken tender. Nothing super crazy about them, but Paul said we had to get them from here because the chicken coop isn't as good as ones here because they make them fresh, and also something about the steak fries.
Steak fries are good.
They are good. So as this day has gone on today, the lines are getting longer and longer. I don't know if it's people leaving the water park or people showing up to the park as the day goes on, but it's definitely a lot of people coming in to get their last weekend of the summer, if they haven't gone back to school already, in before the rest of the year goes into fall. That was a really long sentence and a long way to get there, but you all know what I mean. So I've never actually done the bumper cars here, so this will be my first time, but it's open space, it doesn't go in a loop, and I think Paul's gonna win this because I'm not very good at bumper cars, so he's gonna be the Mario Kart winner of the day. I just want to say that the bumper cars here are like awesome, and there's like nothing broke with them. They're smooth, you can control them. Whenever I go to lake compounds, like they're getting stuck and stuff, and nobody got stuck. There was like no centerpiece in there that kept you looping you around, just free for all. It's the way bumper cars are meant to be. Something I want to make note is that the Blue Heron Cruise is not running today, or the train. I don't know if that's done for this season or not. It might be. We'll find out the next time I'm here, but right now they are not running. Oh, let's see if you squirt somebody. Here we go. So this is just what the lines are like today, and this is actually on the low end. But before, this entire queue was full, so we've not gone on the line yet together. Although Paul went on several times before I got here. But for the most part, the lines have been super, super long. So expect that if you come here on Labor Day weekend, everyone. Lines for days. What's in that hole?
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. It's the operator. This is such a cinematic shot right now. I feel like I'm in a horror movie. Fun fact that Paul was just talking about, but the entrance to the mine train used to be right over there. It came in this way, and we figured out that this is where the entrance was, and it would just loop down like this, come back down this way, and go in like that. Our favorite ride here. Hey Cletus, I can't scream like I used to. The State Hut Marshmallow Man. Hello everybody. So I discovered after we got off that ride that I apparently turned off the camera like somewhere 25% in. So I'm sitting there talking to the camera. I'm singing along to the music, which I blame him for because at this point I know the lyrics. And I was singing along and camera wasn't on. So good job, Brian. Also, shout out to the nice family who watches the channel and said hello to us on the line. You guys are awesome. Have a great day. It's so busy today that even Wave Blaster has a line that's spilling out of its own queue. The Sky Ride is also about to spill out of its queue line. This is pretty nuts. Labor Day weekend. Getting your last thrills out before the school season starts. We are in the pinball area. There's no music playing. Okay, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, how can I vlog in here? Because usually I have to put music over it so I don't get a copyright strike. But we sat down on these cushions that I always film here, and they're actually really comfortable. So if you're here, sit down, because I don't want to get back up. I've never noticed this while we've been here, but there's like a framed picture of Frank Sinatra with one of his records, a golden record, and he signed it. Look at this. There's Bruno? Bruno the bear's out? Look at that. Hello. Oh, it says Bruno. It's so busy today that Turkish Twist has a line, and Turkish Twist never has a line. So it is very busy today, as one suspects on Labor Day. And we're walking around and we're looking at the lines, and we're like not really committing to any of the lines. And I turn to Paul and I just go, you know what the park's lacking? It is in entertainment, because there isn't any. Like sometimes they have some on the main stage, but they have all these stages throughout the park that's not being used. And a day like today, where like there are long lines and stuff, and we're just kind of wandering about, it'd be wonderful if we could just sit down and watch some shows. I hope they bring them back in 2023. So weirdly, Untamed still doesn't have a line. Well, it has a line, but it has like a 10-minute line, and it's the shortest line here. That almost never happens. So we're just gonna do it again. It's my Untamed dance. We got to do it twice today. All right, so I have left the park a little bit early, and I'm making the long trek back to my car because they parked me out like way past the park, way past the Mine of Lost Souls. And the water park is about to get out and clear out right into the regular park, and a bunch of people are gonna leave, and the regular park closes at 7. And I'm like, I don't wanna get stuck, I'm leaving early. So Paul stayed behind so he could go on the Mine of Lost Souls, and I'm gonna go to my car. Okay, so is it worth coming to Canobie Lake Park on Labor Day weekend? And my answer is going to be no. Unless you're a season pass holder, then it doesn't matter. You can come whenever you want. And for Paul and I, we're both season pass holders, and we came in, ate food, went on rides that had small lines. Untamed was one of them for some reason. Like every other line was so long. And truthfully, there's no line here that's gonna take you more than like 20 minutes. But, you know, I try and wait for things that don't have long lines. It's busy on Labor Day weekend. It's also the last weekend the water park is open, especially if it's nice out. And it's a lot of people coming here so they can enjoy their last weekend of the summertime before things close and we go into the fall hours and kids are back in school. So it's kind of like one last hurrah. So save it for a different weekend is my recommendation, unless you can, in which you can just enjoy it as it is. All right, everybody, I know I'm a little low energy today, but it's because I'm still kind of recovering from when I was in the ER. I'm doing a lot better now, and I was able to go on the ride, so that's a huge, huge plus. So thank you for watching. I super appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Also, be sure to check me out on Instagram and on Twitter, and join me on Twitch. I love playing video games, and I really love it when people show up and they chat with me while I'm playing games. So that's also a good time to ask me your theme park questions. And if you can support me, please consider doing so by joining our Patreon, where I give you all sorts of fun things like bonus vlogs, throwback videos to old videos I took when I was like a teenager. They're a lot of fun. So that's it. Thank you, everybody. I can't wait for the next adventure. And remember, every day is an adventure, and live your best life.